station? Download the app. Need your music to go? Download the app. Sick and tired of all those whack DJs? Download the app. Tired of the same 10 songs? Download the app. It's Music Exchange Radio. Download the app. You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network, your number one independent media source to go.
Yeah. This Teddy G, Uptown New Orleans. Let this play a little bit, you heard me? Welcome to Sports Overtime.
I be back.
Fleetwood Cadillac.
Turn that up, Johnny.
Show. All these old. Hey. Come on. 7 brand new cars.
Yeah, I done it. GS 300.
Guess what's in front of it? The Navigator.
You a hater.
So you can
but
see
my name is Nader.
And on the left side,
we got the brand new Benz.
And on the right side,
shaking ass for ends.
And in the middle,
niggas throwing 20s and 10s.
And up top, niggas drinking juices with gin, juices.
Hold on, I got it. New cars, pretty bras, neighborhood superstars, going far. We going to that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 kilos.
Make sure you bring the crab legs, you hear me? Yeah.
Out of line. Playboy,
I got 2 on your feet.
Call Shana. 20-inch rider.
Nigga, and we gonna ride right beside you. Yeah. Tell a friend, tell an enemy.
The whole concert.
Whoa, it's me, Teddy G, and my partner, Nader, Mr. Perfect Murphy.
Man, what's up,
That's
y'all?
your new name, dog.
Sports Overtime is live in effect.
Overtime.
Man, we living for the Sunday on the lake.
No doubt about it.
What you know about that, Teddy?
It's still crawfish season? Let me know.
It's about to end. Better get your crawfish now.
They big now, though. Like, if you get crawfish now, they real big. They got real. These the adult grandfather and grandmother crawfish right now.
And $2.50 a pound. So,
man, I used to work at a crawfish restaurant, believe it or not. Right before I left for the military, I worked at Lil Fisherman, which is now Big Fisherman. But, I worked right there on my magazine. I was stirring the crawfish, and I found out the recipe. A lot of people don't know this. If you do, people like hot crawfish, right? People like really hot crawfish. But the people in Araby, they put all of the garlic and all of the cayenne peppers, right? But they also put citrus in there. They also put orange, like a whole orange in there. They slice it 2 times.
Is it orange or orange?
Man, come on, man. Uptown, orange, you heard me? Actually, Uptown people have very good vernacular.
Right.
So it's an orange. You feel me? Man, put them oranges in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Put them oranges in there.
So what you saying is you know how to whip it.
And now I know how to whip it real good. With the paddle.
All right.
The kayak paddle.
But listen, y'all need somebody to cook some crawfish. Hit Teddy G up.
Man, look, my prices.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
My prices is very reasonable. Just like if you go to Vu Ultra Lounge. I'm going to give a shout out to Vu Ultra Lounge. Come on up there, man. You can get married. You can get divorced. You can have an engagement party. You have a birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Get it in. Vu 1600 Canal Street. Give a shout out. I said, you can come see me. We got very good prices. Speaking of very good prices.
Go ahead.
So we had Don P and E.D. Nicks, who got the album release coming out soon.
Oh, yeah, it's going down.
Vu is a very beautiful view. And you can come out there and get your drinks on strawberry, raspberry, blackberry margaritas.
Mixed with Element.
On a low. Oh, you got to have a pineapple in there, man.
You know that.
Element.
As you guys know, Sports
Powered
Overtime is sponsored by Element, man.
Yes,
also,
sir.
too, speaking of Element, they have the Element Beverage Fest coming up, man. It's it's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah, that's big.
Oh, it's huge, man. Saturday, August 14th is the Element Beverage Fest. It is going to be at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum, 1504 Rita Castle Haley Boulevard. Listen, man, they're gonna have live entertainment, the Scandalous. They're gonna have brass bands out there, DJ Captain Charles on the 1s and 2s. They're gonna have food vendors, cash bar, raffles, everything, man. They doing this in the legacy of Devin, who passed away, who started Element, man. Rest in peace to Devin. But man, big shout out to his family. His mom and dad are doing this for him. So big shout out. If y'all want tickets, please go to Eventbrite. The tickets are $25, and support, man. It's for a good cause. All right, now let's jump into the sports, because, man, we got some sports to talk about. Right now the NBA is hot right now. A lot of stuff has been going on in the NBA, Teddy G. I don't know what the hell is wrong with these NBA fans. They tripping. You had the whole Russell Westbrook with the popcorn situation.
Right.
Then you had the Trae Young getting spit on, which is crazy.
Scandalous.
And then yesterday they had a fan jump on the court at the Washington Wizards game. Like, what the hell is going on with these fans,
understand. I can understand him, though. He went on the court and slapped the backboard, and he got full on tackled by the security guard. So he had his moment.
He got DeMario Davis.
He got DeMario Davis, man. He got J.J. Watt.
Yeah, boy. He got his ass bust. Now the thing about it, as far as the Kyrie situation, I just want to touch on that. Obviously the Celtics fans threw a water bottle at Kyrie Irving, and it missed him by an inch. The dude's arm almost got that bottle from that one side to the other side, which was crazy. But a lot of people are talking about why the bottle was thrown. They're saying that Kyrie Irving went to the middle of the court, stepped on the Celtics mascot's face, and then while leaving the court, they threw the water bottle at him. Do you think it was because of that, Teddy G? Or do you think it was because Kyrie didn't sign back with the Celtics when he guaranteed them that he would?
Well, I think that Kyrie Irving made a very, very pointed exit out of Boston. And I think that, the Boston Celtics fans will never let him forget that. I think that Kyrie really didn't understand, how mad he would make people once he stepped on Lucky.
Right.
Lucky is the Boston Celtics mascot, one-eyed mascot with the cane. So he's probably, file of a disability or whatever, But the Boston Celtics mascot, Kyrie left that organization and went to a better situation for him. And, hey, more power to him. Kyrie is woke, man. I give shouts out to Kyrie. And I think it's real well placed right now, because right now what Kyrie is saying is definitely very, very educated points. He comes across as a very well-renowned scholar. What college did he go to?
Duke.
To Duke. That boy is smart, man. Kyrie is a smart black man, and you got to give Kyrie his props, man. So, but there's no reason why people should be putting their hands or popcorn or water bottles or anything on these NBA players. Because if these NBA players roll up in the stands.
Right. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I actually tweeted that the other night. I was like, man, it's gonna take that one person like Ron Artest to jump in the stands and start beating the fans' ass, and then people gonna stop doing what they're doing, But from that standpoint, though, do you think Kyrie was wrong for stepping on Lucky?
I mean, they do it in football all the time.
Right.
It kind of loses its effect.
Terrell Owens on the Dallas Star.
On the Dallas Star. It kind of loses its effect in the basketball court because it's just like a painted on image on the floor. But I think Kyrie definitely knew what he was doing when he did that. I'm not here to say if he was wrong or right, but Kyrie, you got to know things coming after that. If you step on Lucky and, and swipe your sneakers on top of him, which is what happened.
Right.
The Boston Celtics fans and also Boston Celtics alumni are not going to be happy about that. Let's name a few. Big Baby.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What Big Baby said?
I didn't think he said any. I haven't seen what he said yet, but
Big Baby said, when I see you, Big Baby said, when I see you, Kyrie, you're going to get these hands.
Oh, that's what he said?
That's what Kyrie said.
All right.
And then KD came around and started laughing at the post. He was like, man, you ain't going to touch Kyrie, man. That's my teammate. You heard me? KD, you heard me?
What KD going to do?
Man, KD, what's his nickname?
Cupcake.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
That's true.
What KD going to do? You got guys like Antoine Walker, Kevin Garnett came out and was like, that was very disrespectful. So I don't know, man. It's just, here's the question that kind of goes with this. Why do you think these things are happening to these specific players?
I think that KD had a great point, and he said a lot of fans have been quarantined for the last year and a half, and they're getting out, and they going wild. They're going wild right now.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. You're going wild in the wrong way. You would think that if everything's open now, everybody's able to go out, you would think they'd be chilling. They'd be like, damn, like, the door is finally open. We really could go out and party and hang out and go to games. But man, instead they throwing popcorn, water bottles, trying to get on the court, fight the players. Like, I don't know. I think my whole take on the Kyrie Irving thing is, I just feel like there's a lot of people upset with Kyrie Irving, not because he left the Celtics, not because he didn't sign back with the Celtics. It's kind of what you said, Teddy G, and touched on, is that Kyrie is woke right now. You know, Kyrie is woke, and, you know, Kyrie did come out a couple weeks ago talking about how basketball isn't the number one priority in his life, and that, you know, he was talking about the whole conflict overseas with Palestine, Israel, and just everything that's going on in the world. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to hear that. You know, a lot of people that live in the United States, regardless of color, ethnicity, whatever, they don't want to hear that. They just want you to what do they want basketball players or people that are in sports to do? Just stick to sports, right or wrong?
Right. Just shut up and dribble.
Right. So the thing is, when you start talking outside of basketball and sports, then people start being like, oh, well, I don't like this guy, I hate this guy, or whatever the case may be. When the thing is, you've been following this person or player for how long? You've been rooting for this player for how long? But yet, because he comes out and speaks up for something that he believes in, then he's wrong, and now he's hated, and y'all flip the script on the man. So I don't know. I just feel like it's happening to these type of players, such as what Russell Westbrook, Kyrie, because I feel like those players are really woke in this day and age.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the athlete these days, they've had great examples. And I think that you used a great example last week, comparing Kyrie to Muhammad Ali, you know, Jim Brown. You know, also, you know, I think that where he stands as a NBA champion and whatnot, he can speak his mind, and I'm here for it, you know.
So let me ask you this. What should the NBA do about it?
I mean, you know, I think that, you know, these grown people who are fans, you know, I think that the NBA made a very, I'm not going to say stern, but they made a forceful press release as far as, listen, you know, you cannot attack players, you cannot touch players. Please do not throw anything at players, because if you do, your season tickets will be revoked.
And you're getting arrested.
You will be removed, and you will be prosecuted and arrested to the full extent of the law. So I think that the NBA is doing all that it can, but, you know, I think that, you know, if they made a few examples out of folks, some bad actors, and I think that it may discourage, you know, the plethora of people who have bright ideas of throwing popcorn, water bottles, beer bottles at people who are trying to entertain them.
Now, speaking of that series between the Nets and the Celtics, the game is going on right now, and the Nets are winning 33-26, looking to sweep the Celtics to move to the next round.
A gentleman sweep. Because, you know, Boston took one. Boston took one. Jason Tatum put up 52 points.
He had to put up that.
He had to put it up. You know, he doesn't have Jaylen Brown. So, you know, I think that Brooklyn is going to get some rest to get ready for the next series. But, you know, Boston is a good team. They just underperformed in the regular season, which means that they had a very bad matchup, which is something that the Lakers are suffering from right now. We're gonna get to that later. Oh yeah, I got my AD jersey on today, y'all. It's real. I say, so you know, the love and hate is a very thin line. It's a thin line between love and hate. I love me some AD. I still love some AD, but it's a thin line. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to touch on AD and the Phoenix Suns later on tonight. We're also going to touch on the Hawks and Knicks series, which has been very entertaining.
Ice Trey, boy. That boy
Trae Young is a beast.
That boy Ice Trey. Ice Trey, you heard me? Ice Trey in the building, boy.
And we're going to talk about the Dallas Mavericks, man. They seem like they choking right now. Went up 2-0, and now they down. Now they tied 2-2. So, listen, when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to touch on all of that. So, y'all stay tuned. This is Sports Overtime Live on the Music Exchange Radio Network.
Paul George is my real cousin. I'm just letting y'all know. Teddy G.
You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network, your number one independent media source to go.
Tell them green for the money, gold for the honey, diamonds for the building. And tell them I ain't fucking business. My fucking business. Look, you at a gunfight with a cherry bomb. Bitch, you can't sell me bullshit. We set the prices. You said, watch your wrist and neck, so you flexing, huh? 28-year-old execo, I think I like this. Ben did it my way, bitch, that's my shit. 850 for the half all day, nigga. Go work with 8 if you ain't got it, my advice is 450 for the cutie called Dre, nigga. Can't beat it, it's a rap, gift rap. 16 for the verse, well verse. School of masterpiece, can't be trapped, I'm like the young stunner, he ain't cursed. See, this for those who like bars, fuck the cars. We just did it for the cause, we was bars. From the first handlebars to a boss. Niggas folks pulling teeth until we floss. Snatch a bitch and then eliminate her flows. Hit the toe, drop a jaws, then a draws. Call me Jesus and the cross. Open the carrier and watch her rise above it all. I like a chocolate pretty nerd that can nasty. She know I'ma talk reckless, I'm a fucking savage. Fuck me good when I got time, that's what keep her happy. Get the cabbage, freeze the carrots and dress the salad. Chase the celery like green for the money, gold for the honey, diamond for the building. Mind your fucking business. Green for the money, gold for the honey, diamond for the building. Mind your fucking business. Nigga, green for the money, gold for the honey, diamond for the building. Mind your fucking business. Green for the money, gold for the honey, diamond for the building. Mind your fucking business. Nigga, on, so I got like full bones in my sweatpants. Keep fucking around with the fuck around. I'ma fuck around and make a tech dance. Man, tell that shit, Gunner.
Oh.
You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network, your number one independent media source to go.
Whoa.
What's
We
up?
are back. This is Sports Overtime.
We are back in the mix, man. Shout out to everybody viewing us on live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Big shout out to everybody listening to us on the Music Exchange Radio Network. And big shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, man.
No doubt
Appreciate
about it.
y'all, man.
I want to give 3 special shout outs real quick, right? And number 1 is for 3-point guards. And I will say point
Go ahead.
guards,
Yeah.
right? Number 1, I want to give a shout out to an old school point guard, Mr. Derrick Rose, who has come alive in these playoffs, and he is the number 1 player on the New York Knicks. We all know Julius Randle.
Facts.
We all know, but right now he has that experience, and I don't believe Julius Randle has ever played in a playoff game until this year, and so, you know, he's doing the choke job, but shout out to Derrick Rose. This guy, maybe you don't see him as a point guard, but then if you don't see him as a point guard, then you could never see Zion Williamson as a point guard. I'm talking about Luka Magic. I'm talking about Luka Doncic.
Gotta
Luka
spit with it, huh?
Luka Doncic, right? You got to put the accent on there, okay? And finally, last but not least, I want to give a shout out to Ja Morant. All right, Ja Morant. Now, the debate is on.
Go ahead.
Should the Pelicans have drafted Ja Morant instead of Zion Williamson? Let me put this to bed right now, folks.
Nah.
Let me put this to bed right now, folks. First of all, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Bears, right? Okay. The Memphis Grizzlies has never defeated the Pelicans with Zion Williamson on the court. Period. All right. That has never happened. Okay. Now, in the last game of the year, I'm talking about 6 games in a row.
Okay.
The Pelicans beat the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
This last game, you know, that they played in the end of the year, you know, Zion wasn't there, Lonzo wasn't there, nobody was there, and the Memphis finally
They got their dub.
they got their little dub. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But Memphis, if you don't have anybody to guard Ja, you know, what he's gonna do is what he did in the first game against Utah. He's gonna expose you.
Well, even in the last game
Oh,
against
my
Golden
God.
State.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's good. He's a good kid, man, and he's just a little. I mean, I'm telling you, he's a very small guy, right? He's very small, but he's lightning quick. He got ups out the ceiling. This boy's like Superman.
He love that spin move, too.
Shouts out to Ja, but Ja don't have a Jordan brand contract. Zion do. I'm just saying, there's a big difference as far as marketability and whatnot. And Ja is crying because he can't really.
Hold on, I'm about to get you with that marketability.
He can't really get his shine on. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
there was one player who left New Orleans who said that he couldn't be marketed in New Orleans the correct way.
All right, man.
You know who that is.
It's surprisingly great.
You got on his jersey.
And they got another dude, Chris Paul, too. Chris Paul said the same thing, but it worked out for him because AD, he could only get Mobile Oil One commercials. That's all he could get when he was in New Orleans, you know.
5-minute oil change.
5-minute oil change. Like Vaccaro.
Yeah, Vaccaro. That's what I was about to say.
But Chris Paul, it actually worked out for him because every commercial that you see on the NBA
State Farm.
is State Farm.
State Farm.
Oh, my goodness. Surprisingly great rates. Shout out to State Farm.
I got State Farm, too. So big shout out to them.
I'm with Progressive, but yeah.
But State Farm, if y'all want to sponsor the show, hit us up.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
We always do. We all take that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's my worry. I think that, Zion Williamson, 4 or 5 years in, his stepfather's going to talk to him and be like, look, it's the same thing. You're expecting a different result. If you want to win a championship, you might have to make that move. Go to Brooklyn.
BK.
go to LA, We'll see. But at the end of the day,
I hope not.
They got to get pieces around Zion for him to be able to want to stay.
Yeah, you have to get pieces around him, man. Because you can't have Zion leaving like AD and then everybody going off on Zion, like why you left, why you wanted to leave. So I don't know. But you gotta put some players around them for sure. And the Pelicans do have a solid team. It's just they don't have no shooters. They don't really have no shooters. They needed shooters last offseason. They went and got Steven Adams. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
like
that was
ass backwards. Like
that was a wrong move, and I think the wrong move number 2. Well, they spent a lot of money on Steven Adams.
Yeah.
But the wrong move number 2, I believe, was bringing Stan Van Gundy in. And I gave him this 1 year.
Yeah.
I gave him this 1 year because I was supporting him. I was like, hey, Stan Van Gundy, he's gonna come in, gonna have some defensive toughness.
Right.
These young kids need to hear from a Stan Van Gundy, little oompa looking ass, little oompa loompa looking ass.
You could say that. I can't say that. That motherfucker's gonna go off on me.
I can say that because I'm a real nigga. You heard me? I can say that. Oh, N-word. All right, my bad. Boop. FAA. But Stan Van Gundy, he typically lasts 1 or 2 years every location where he goes. And then, the players get tired of him. The general manager gets tired because he's a grumpy old man. He's kind of like what uptown people call humbuggish, right? I say when you're in an interview and you're like, I don't know why we lost. They just didn't play hard or whatever. Wait, that's your job,
right,
Stan Van Gundy.
To get them to play hard.
They're not playing hard. So if the Pelicans were serious, they would have brought black man Nate McMillan down here after the Indiana Pacers let him go. So you see what Nate McMillan, watch this transition, is doing with the Atlanta Hawks.
So
the Atlanta Hawks and New York Knicks.
That series has been, it's definitely been one to watch, man. It's been very entertaining. The Hawks do lead 3-1. The Hawks went back to Atlanta and got that dub on Sunday. And, man, finally, it looks like an Atlanta team is going to win something going into basketball, which is crazy. But listen, man, when you have somebody spit on you, you don't think that man was going to come out and do what he was going to do in Game 3? Or Game 4, I should say.
No doubt about it.
Come on, man. Like, that dude was going to come out and ball out, and he's been balling out. Big shout out to the 2 original podcasts tuning in on IG. Appreciate y'all, boys. Y'all go support them, too, man. They show dope every Monday. But yeah, man, going back to the Hawks and Knicks, I think it's a very entertaining series. The Knicks being in the playoffs is fun. They haven't been in the playoffs for a long time. Seeing their fan base really be happy just to win one game.
They was too happy, Nader. They was too happy. Talk about something.
They acted like they won the Super Bowl, man.
Talk about something. We want Brooklyn.
You don't want Brooklyn.
We want Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
The next thing they gonna be singing as a group is 1, 2, 3. Cancun.
Dude, stupid, man. Yeah, that's definitely what they're gonna be singing for sure. Now, let's talk about a team, man, that I feel like is just choking right now. The Dallas Mavericks, Teddy G.
Yeah.
Luka is out. Well, he has a neck
stinger.
But
and I think that the Clippers finally realized that they actually have to work hard to beat this Dallas team.
Where is Paul George?
They're not a pushover.
Where is Paul George?
You know, I'm be talking about my cousin like that, man.
Where is your cousin at? Paul George, PG-13.
PG-13, man. You know, after he finished the strip club, he come and play the game.
He need to stop being PG-13 and be X-rated, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know,
for real, because he ain't nowhere to be found.
If you take a look at his numbers, right, over the series,
right,
I think the first game I think they all were surprised on how good Luka was.
Right.
I think they was all surprised. Luka was averaging 42 points the first 2 games. And then this last game, he had 19 points. So they realized they had to double and triple team him.
That was with a neck injury.
Right. They had to double and triple team him. So Paul George, he put up, he's putting up there 24, 26, 28 a game. But
Kawhi holding them down, though.
But, yeah, exactly. The Terminator.
Right.
But, here's the deal. If Luka is putting up 40 and Kawhi is putting up 32, PG, he's not playoff P right now.
Right.
Because if you're putting up 24, 25, when you got the young brother in Boston putting up 50,
right?
Jason Tatum, he putting up 50, okay? So playoffs are different.
Yeah, you got to step
different
your game
level
up. Yeah, you got to step
of
your game
intensity,
up.
So, that's what we look for. So speaking of 50, if LeBron don't score 50 tonight, folks, boy, I can't wait.
Listen,
I told y'all last week Anthony Davis was going to quit, right? People say, oh, he hurt. Yeah, I told y'all last week.
He hurt.
I told y'all last week he was going to quit. I told y'all last week Anthony Davis was going to quit. He wasn't going to finish this series. I told y'all that.
He can't even finish a game.
I said that. You hear me?
He did say that.
I did say that.
He definitely said that.
Putting that out there.
And Anthony Davis has the history of injuries. Even while he was with the Pelicans, man, like you'll watch the game and the next thing you know he's out because he has a groin injury or ankle injury or a elbow injury and he's walking back to the locker room.
Pinky injury.
Yeah, and people be like, man, come
Pussy
on, dog.
Injury.
Like
I said that? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, bro. Like it's like, come on, man. And then the disrespectful thing at the end of the year was he walked out with that's all folks. Like, bitch.
That was very disrespectful.
Like, bitch, you been hurt.
And that day, that is the day. That was the last time I wore this jersey. I'm wearing it today because I'm about to wear his ass out. Anthony Davis, where you at, bro? Are you not there for your team today? Oh, okay.
It is what it is.
You got a groin injury, a.k.a. pussy injury.
But,
I said it again.
But with him being out, I think I think the Suns should be able to take this series from the Lakers.
Chris Paul, he had a shoulder injury, right? We talk about these injuries. I said, Chris Paul had a shoulder injury, but he's definitely, well enough to extinguish of these the Lake Show.
Well, and
the Lake Show.
And the Suns did a smart thing with Chris Paul. Game 3, Chris Paul played the first quarter. They wanted to see what they could get from him. Didn't really get too much from him, and so they sat him the rest of the game. So that way he could heal up for the game on Sunday. And
coaching,
it really helped.
Coaching is a very, very, very peculiar thing. And it's also very pointed. And I think Monty Williams did that intentionally. To let the Lakers know, oh, Chris Paul, he's not going to make it. He's not going to be available. But they was letting him heal up, letting him get that muscle tissue relaxation for the next game, which was what, Game 3? Game 4. In Game 4,
because
Chris Paul came in and was distributing. He had the strength more in his arm. He was able to pass with both hands. He needs that. And the Lakers are in big trouble, man, especially when Anthony Davis went down. Well, I knew when Anthony Davis went down, Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
All of them boys.
Can't forget about Jay Crowder.
Right.
They're going to step into their identity. Their identity is a very hard-nosed team that can shoot. And Devin Booker, he may look like a pretty boy, but Devin Booker is a thug, man. He's a gangster out there.
He's a sharpshooter,
He's a
bro.
gangster. He's a sharpshooter. He's a gangster. He's one of my favorite players. So if they have Devin Booker jersey available on Amazon Prime, I'm gonna go ahead and get that Devin Booker jersey.
But if you get a jersey, if you get a Booker jersey, get the black one.
The black
jersey.
The black is kind of nice, huh? With the orange.
Yeah, the black jerseys is so fire.
Oh, yeah. I like the Phoenix Suns because I'm a big Monty Williams fan, as I alluded to last week. Monty Williams, man. He's a man of God. He's a man of faith, like yourself, and he's a believer. And I think that he coaches the right way. He doesn't cuss his players out or anything like that. He doesn't take the Stan Van Gundy approach. He's generally a nice guy, and he makes these players accountable to each other. So I'm rooting for Monty Williams and the Phoenix Suns to get to the Western Conference Finals. Once they get past the Lakers, they have an easier road to get to the Western Conference Finals, not the NBA Finals, just the Western Conference Finals, where they'll probably meet maybe the Utah Jazz.
Think so?
Maybe the Utah Jazz.
That's actually what we're going to talk about next. The Grizzlies and Jazz game is tonight, game 3.
Yeah,
Jazz lead 2-1.
Memphis is a young team. Memphis is actually the youngest NBA team to reach the playoffs by average age. So, they forced their way in there. Steph Curry, his feelings was hurt. But his wife, Steph Curry's wife, she's very happy because they get to go to Cancun a little early.
Yeah, she definitely is happy for sure. She definitely is. But like you alluded to, man, the Grizzlies are the youngest team, and I do think the Jazz are going to end up beating them. I think the experience for the Grizzlies is something huge for them.
Yeah, I think they've been there before, and I think that they went down that road that you were talking about earlier that the Pelicans were on. They are a sharp-shooting team. You remember how back in the day the San Antonio Spurs, they wouldn't even talk to you unless you were at least a 38% three-point shooter. Right? We're not even going into a contract negotiation.
They even had guys like Matt Bonner shooting.
Everybody was shooting 38% or better. Patty Mills is at 40%. It's something crazy. 41% the boy can shoot. So the Pelicans, I think that they wanted to take that bruiser approach, that Zion is going to bruise you, and Steven Adams is going to bruise you.
Ingram,
the Slim Reaper, right? But who's going to shoot these threes? J.J. Redick, I think that, he was a little older.
Yeah, he's inconsistent.
He's a little older, got some heel issues.
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, I think they should keep Josh Hart. I'm glad you brought his name up because I think the Pelicans faltered when Josh Hart got injured. You can deal with a lot of injuries on that team, but when Josh Hart got injured, their rebounds went down, their tenacity went down, and their three-point shooting went down. Josh Hart handled all three. So if you want to pay somebody, make sure that you pay Josh Hart. I suspect that the Pelicans may sign and trade Lonzo Ball to maybe the Bulls or a team that really wants him, perhaps the Clippers, and get some good three-point talent in here. I think that may be in the works for them. But Josh Hart was the key to that team. I think he is the heart of that team. No pun intended. Josh Hart.
Now, speaking of the heart of a team, man, Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers are looking to sweep the Wizards. They lost yesterday to the Wizards. What's your take on the Sixers, man? Because if it looks like the Sixers are going to win this series, but in the next round, they're going to end up taking on the Hawks or the Knicks. I think the Sixers have the easiest route to the NBA Finals, in my opinion, in the East.
Yeah, shouts out to Russell Westbrook, defeating. We've never really talked about this because we've never really covered the NBA. We've been so NFL heavy. But the Russell Westbrook accomplishment is a big one. Averaging 3 straight years of triple-doubles.
Crazy.
That is a huge. And if you think you can do it, America, if you think you can do it, I said you go out there and try and get 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 30 points a game. Okay? You see if you can do it. And come back and let me know if you got it done. Russell Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Producer, if you got a applause track, man, let me get that for Russell Westbrook, man. That's how much I'm serious. And the fan that threw the popcorn on Russell Westbrook, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know why? Because Russell Westbrook, he gives a pair of his shoes away every game to a fan, and he's just a really good dude. Now he don't take a lot of bull crap.
I think he's just misunderstood.
He's misunderstood. But Russell Westbrook, he leaves his heart on the floor. He's a very passionate player, and he wasn't going to let his team get swept.
Now, this next round of the NBA playoffs is going to be pretty crazy because we talked about the Milwaukee Bucks, and they actually swept. They did their thing and swept and went to the next round.
Shouts out to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday has changed this team and transformed this team. The Milwaukee Bucks. I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan, and I am a sleeper on. You talking about Milwaukee can't beat Brooklyn? Everybody's saying Brooklyn got it sold up.
Right.
I'm telling you, with the Greek Freak and Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and guess the other people they picked up. They picked up a few other people. They knew that this playoff grind was coming, right?
They got some sharpshooters, bro.
Yeah, man.
And the thing about it, like you just said, obviously the Bucks swept the Heat, but the Bucks will take on the Nets in the next round, man.
Yeah, that's going to be must see TV.
That's going to be one of the best series in the NBA playoffs.
If the Milwaukee Bucks jerseys weren't so Harley Davidson, I would totally go and get another Drew Holiday jersey, with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now the black ones are kind of cool. The black ones are kind of cool,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think that I think that the Milwaukee Bucks have a lot of work to do as far as getting to the NBA Finals. Do I think they're going to defeat the Brooklyn Nets? No, I don't. But I know for a fact they're not going to get swept. I think that it may go 6 or 7 games.
You think
it's going to be a battle.
You think the Nets have an answer for Giannis?
Yes, I do. I think that in the middle, I think that you can close that lane down. I think they're going to try to make Giannis beat him from the outside.
Okay.
But Giannis has been working on his 3-point shot, man. He can get that shot off.
Drew versus Kyrie.
Drew is my favorite player, so I'm not going against that. Man. Drew Holiday is my favorite player, period.
Who's going to stick KD?
Drew Holiday is my favorite player. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Kyrie. I'm saying
who's going to stick KD?
No. First of all, Drew Holiday cannot stick Kyrie Irving. That's not what I'm saying. He cannot guard Kyrie Irving. I don't think no one can guard Kyrie Irving. Let's not misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm just saying Drew Holiday is my favorite player. He's a great defender. And on any given play, Drew Holiday is guarding 2 or 3 different people. So, I think that the Milwaukee Bucks, their team as a whole, will create significant problems for the Brooklyn Nets. Okay.
Even with James Harden in the mix.
Team. That's who Drew Holiday is going to guard. Because if you look back when the Pelicans were playing the Houston Rockets, when the Houston Rockets were on their tear, anytime the Pelicans went to Houston, guess who won? The Pelicans won.
Right.
Why? Because Drew Holiday was locking James Harden down.
Same thing when that Blazers matchup.
He locked Dame Lillard down, yeah. Dame Dollar.
Right.
So Drew Holiday, he has, there's a few. I'm going to list the 3 people that Drew Holiday pretty much cannot guard in the league. Okay. One of them is LeBron James. Shouts out to the GOAT.
Facts.
The GOAT of this generation. You ain't the whole GOAT, man. You just like a little Billy Goat. But shouts out to LeBron. Shouts out to LeBron.
Don, like, what is
Billy Goat. The Billy Goat, man. You little Billy Goat. I mean, like Tom Brady is the whole GOAT. You understand? There's a difference. Like Michael Jordan is the whole GOAT. You understand? Tom Brady is the whole GOAT. Okay. I say we got a few Billy Goats out here. I say, but at the end of the day, he can't guard LeBron. I'm going to say Drew Holiday cannot guard LeBron.
Okay.
I said the 250 pounds plus the quickness is tough. It's tough.
All right, okay. Harden.
Right? He can guard Harden.
Okay.
He lock Harden down. He locks Dame down. Drew Holiday cannot guard Luka Doncic. All right? And also Drew Holiday cannot guard Kyrie Irving. So in that series that's coming up next, it's definitely going to be Drew Holiday guarding James Harden, because James Harden is the primary ball handler. He's the primary ball handler, and Kyrie plays the 2-guard spot.
Yep.
And that they probably had a negotiation going on. Who's going to handle the ball?
Man, they just want to win, man.
They just want to win. And James Harden handled the ball. When Kyrie was hurt and KD was hurt, the Brooklyn Nets were still kicking ass.
Right.
When James Harden, it was just James Harden's
and
team.
Kyrie.
Yeah, and Kyrie was in and out.
Yeah, KD was hurt. They still was winning.
James Harden was doing his thing, man. So, shouts out to James Harden, KD, Mr. Cupcake himself.
That's the advantage that the Nets have. They can, at any time, put a player in the lineup and he can score 30, 40 points. If you got KD hurt, Harden going to step up. If Harden hurt, KD gonna step up.
Right, and I think
If
the
KD
difference.
hurt, Kyrie gonna
I think the
step up.
difference in that series will be Kyrie Irving
The Bucks
because
don't have that though.
right, because KD is a closer. He's going to get his at the end of the game.
if
He's going to get his
Giannis-
all game long.
If Giannis isn't doing his thing, who else gonna step up? Drew might step up.
Drew is
But who
playing.
else?
Drew is
Middleton?
playing much better now than
Right.
when he was his final years at the Pelicans. I think he was disillusioned with his team. Man, they got too many young guys around me. You know, he has a real team in Milwaukee. You know, as Chris Middleton, who can, you know, he can pass to
create.
Chris Middleton,
Yeah, for sure. He
and
can
he can
create.
get his own shot off because Milwaukee, their team represents one thing: length. All of their guys are 6'10" or better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Everybody, even the coach is 6'10". You know what I'm saying? So Milwaukee is just a long team, and they all can shoot. And I think that, you know, their defense has been elevated because when Drew Holiday comes on your team, you have to match his intensity as a defensive performer. You got to try everything.
Okay.
To match it. And then they asked Drew Holiday why is he's the best defender in the NBA. And he didn't say, no, I'm not the best defender. He said, you know what? Because I try everything.
Right.
I keep my feet moving, and I'm going to get in front of you. And at the end of the day, you know, just make it tough for you. That's it.
In my opinion, though, looking at the East, since we're talking about the East, it seems as though the East is definitely stronger than the West this year, in my opinion. What you think?
I think that the star power has moved to the East, and
Okay.
I think that's the LeBron effect. You know, once LeBron moved to the
To the West,
everybody went to
from
the
West
East
to the East.
because they know LeBron's going to get to the finals.
Right. So they're like, man, why waste my years?
But he's not getting to the finals, so it was a miscalculation because Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA right now. You heard me? That's me, Teddy G. I said that. You know, everybody's time is coming.
Listen.
LeBron, you know, you're a little long in the tooth, bro. These injuries starting to pop up on you every night. And I'll tell you, I said Kevin Durant from the time when he was playing with the Warriors and he whop in front of LeBron face and won that championship in front of his right in front of his face. LeBron, KD took his title, but you know, KD is coming back from that Achilles injury, so they're taking it easy with him. So they didn't want that Achilles to inflame the hamstring, which your hamstring is connected to your knee bone is connected to your hip bone. You know what I mean? So they're taking their time. They're taking their time with KD. You know, so he's going to be ready. He's going to be ready for this next round of the playoff with the Milwaukee Bucks. We are assuming.
Yes. Yep. And we are assuming that, and again, that's going to be one to watch for sure. For sure. Now, let's get into some NFL stuff.
Let's do it.
I know you said I asked that question on Twitter today.
Let's do it.
How the people took to it and saw it and was like, man, I really ain't think about that. But what would you do if the Saints named Taysom Hill their starting quarterback?
Repeat that question.
What would you do if the Saints name... we ain't got it so good. What would you do if the Saints named Taysom Hill their starting quarterback?
I wouldn't be mad.
Okay.
You know?
Why you say that?
I wouldn't be mad because primarily it's where the NFL is going. You know, a running
Style type of quarterback.
You know,
Russell
a
Wilson.
running
Mahomes.
quarterback.
Okay.
Running quarterback. You know.
So
Taysom Hill.
So and the thing about it, I know a lot of people talk mad smack about Taysom Hill. The guy did go 3-1 last year. I know he didn't really play anybody. He played the Falcons twice. Played the Broncos. They didn't have no quarterbacks that game. It was really easy to beat them. Their quarterback, I think, only threw like 30 yards that whole game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are like, man, you know, I just don't know if he has it for 17 games. And he fumbles a lot.
I think the fumbling issue is where Saints fans start to pay attention as far as, you know, this guy, you know, he can lose a game for us, and he's lost a few. He lost the Philadelphia game. He lost the Green Bay game, you know, with the fumbling issues. So there.
So it's kind of like when you look at both quarterbacks, you know, you can't say, oh, I'm worried about Taysom Hill's fumble.
Jameis Winston got an interception issue.
And he got an interception issue, so it's like, which one would you rather?
I think Sean Payton gonna beat both their ass in the damn quarterback room. You
think so?
Look, you little motherfucker, you. You better stop all this goddamn fumbling. And you, Jameis Winston, I know you just got your eyes fixed. I said, not taking you for crab legs after the game if you throw an interception. You know what I'm saying? Because Harris got the crab leg special.
Man, you would know.
In the casino. I love me some Dungeness crab.
I would know about it too. Now,
I would love to eat some crab legs with Winston and pick his brain, man. We're going to get Winston on the show. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah,
we're going to talk about seafood.
We're going to have seafood on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Now, look, speaking of the Saints and the NFL and the NFC South, man, the Seahawks, Titans, Patriots are all interested in trading for Julio Jones. Regardless, though, the Saints would have to face him this year because we play the Seahawks, Titans, Patriots. But Julio wants a contract extension as well.
Right. That's why he's doing all this.
And he's 32 years old.
That's why he's doing all this. If I was Atlanta, I would definitely trade Julio Jones.
Well, they have to. He wants out of there.
I would definitely trade Julio Jones.
Which team do you think he'll fit better with? Seahawks, Titans, or Patriots?
The Seahawks already have the kid.
DK Metcalf.
Seahawks. I don't know.
You like, nah, bro.
They got Lockett, and they got Metcalf. They got they too. They got their little speed guy, and they have DK Metcalf, who is a dog. He's a hound out here, Tennessee, they have AJ
Brown.
They got AJ,
AJ Brown and him.
Hey, that's all right. So that leaves who?
Patriots.
And Julio Jones says he wants to play with Cam Newton. Julio Jones said that out his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want to play with Cam Newton.
So, Patriots.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? Kool-Aid boys like to stick together, man.
The Saints don't usually play the Patriots a lot anyway, so that's good. Let them go to the Patriots and let's call it.
I think Atlanta. See, most teams don't have a problem with trading somebody to the Patriots, right? When you're like towards the end of your career. I mean, Julio Jones has at least, 10? Has to be. About 10 years?
Yeah.
In the league?
Yeah.
As a wide receiver?
Yeah.
I mean, the Patriots, that's right up the Patriots' alley.
They always get wide receivers.
How many teams Randy Moss played for before he went to the Patriots? Because, he played for the Raiders. He played for Minnesota. He played for Tennessee for a little bit. So Randy Moss was at the end of his rope. He was like, man, Bill Belichick.
That was the end
Bill
all.
Belichick.
That was the end all.
Bill Belichick can make me somebody.
And he did.
And I think that Julio Jones could revive his career with Cam Newton. So that's my pick. Julio to the New England Patriots. They got a lot of draft picks. They got a lot of cap space.
I agree.
They're good to go.
I agree. Now, speaking of the Titans, former Saints cornerback Janoris Jenkins, who is now with the Titans, says that his Rolls Royce was stolen from an airport.
Man, his Rolls Royce wasn't stolen, man. That's an insurance claim. That's an insurance claim. What happens if you got a Rolls Royce, okay, and you don't want to pay the note? What you gonna do? I'm gonna leave it in the airport garage.
He a millionaire though.
And then say, man, the Saints just cut him. You understand that?
Yeah, but he just signed with the Titans.
Man, look, man, you know how many, boy, you pay his taxes and baby mamas too. But what I'm telling you is at the end of the day, when you don't want to pay that note for the Rolls Royce, you park it at the airport. And then, you know what I'm saying, have somebody come and 5-finger discount that thing. You know what I'm saying? So you can get that insurance claim. I'm telling you, boy.
Maybe we could get that answer from Don, because he know a lot a lot of people in Atlanta.
Rolls Royce,
them
man.
Motherfuckers wilding out there, boy. You pull up to the party park, you come back, your car's on bricks and shit. Like, what the hell's going on in Atlanta, bro?
His car, I'll give it to him, man. His car might have been stolen.
Listen.
But that was the first thing I said. I was like, oh, Rolls Royce?
Man, listen.
You left your Rolls Royce in the airport parking garage?
Listen,
you couldn't get an Uber?
Listen, me, you, and Don about to start a tire company.
A private car?
We about to go start a tire company.
Come on, man. Think about it. Would you leave your Rolls Royce in the airport 5-day parking? Would you leave your Rolls Royce? First of all, look, I've been in a Rolls Royce before, okay? Rolls Royce is a big body, large.
Big ass car.
Big body. Large car. You can't fit a Rolls Royce in a regular parking spot. If you've been in a Rolls Royce, you understand what I'm telling you. You don't put a Rolls Royce in the airport parking lot. You don't do that. You don't leave it there. I don't care if you leaving to go to Cancun for 2-3 days. You don't leave a Rolls. You wouldn't have took the Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? You would have took one of the Benzes.
Just take an Uber, man.
Take one of the Benzes. Take one of the, even a Maybach, But don't take
Maybach music.
Don't take the Rolls Royce and put it in the Hartsfield Jackson International Airport parking garage and leave it there. Okay?
So you think it's an insurance claim?
It was definitely an insurance claim. He like, man, my car been stolen, man. I ain't got to pay the note no more. You know what I mean?
People was talking mad shit about him.
He had that good insurance. He probably had that State Farm. That Progressive.
That Chris Paul, huh?
Yeah, that Chris Paul, man. Our rates are surprisingly great, especially on the Rolls Royce. You heard me?
Man, you stupid, man.
I mean, this is the current events. We got to bring y'all back to speed, With the Spider-Man. Yeah.
All right. So that's what you think. All right, cool. Now, speaking of NFL news, man, free agent running back Todd Gurley visited the Detroit Lions.
Todd Gurley washed up. Don't nobody want no Todd Gurley.
If he does sign,
the Atlanta Falcons already tried that.
It's a wrap, huh?
Well, Todd Gurley. Atlanta Falcons have bad luck with older running backs,
they
right?
have bad luck in general. They
tried Brontosaurus. You remember when they had him from St. Louis, the Rams?
Yep.
They brought him down, Steven Jackson, and it didn't work out. They brought in Todd Gurley. How many games did Todd Gurley play this year? Did he play us? He played us in one game.
One game.
He was available for one game.
Right.
So Todd Gurley, he's trying to go and meet with Jared Goff. Okay, all right.
But Detroit has the DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift came out and said, "I would like it if he comes. I'm not even mad about it."
Hey, get your money.
But if Gurley does go back, if Gurley does go to the Lions, he'll be reunited with his former quarterback with the Rams.
Hey, get your money. Get your money, Gurley.
Get your
money, Todd Gurley.
Now, one thing that you brought up about the Falcons, when Julio asked to be that he wants out of Atlanta, why would the Atlanta Falcons go and post that on their official Twitter page and say Julio Jones wants out of Atlanta?
Well, they had to. They had to.
No,
all right.
They ain't had to do
in the morning, do you watch First Take or Skip and Shannon?
Yes. Both.
Do you know Shannon had Julio Jones on the phone live on the air?
I want out of there.
He said, "I'm out of there."
Right. But why would you post it?
So Atlanta had to save face. Atlanta was like, "Oh yeah, we've lost Julio."
That's stupid.
We've lost Don Julio.
Like, that's pathetic. Like, why would you post that? That doesn't.
It's like Julio Jones.
Like Michael Thomas saying, "Oh man, F the Saints, whatever," and then the Saints say, "Oh yeah, Michael Thomas said F the Saints." Like, okay.
The Saints don't operate like that. The Saints don't operate like that.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
But here's the thing. See, Atlanta, their culture revolves around Julio, right? New Orleans Saints fans can say, "Y'all team sad," and then they say, "Yeah, but we got Julio." Like, that's a considerable argument for them to say. "Oh yeah, but we got Julio though," So if they lose Julio, what exactly do they have?
Kyle Pitts.
He hasn't been proven yet. What you got, Calvin Ridley? Are you gonna talk about Matty Ice, Matty Melt, right? Julio is the guy. Is the only thing that is feared on the Atlanta Falcons team. I ain't calling the Atlanta Falcons no derogatory term or nothing like that. I say, but at the end of the day, Julio Jones is like that Atlanta culture. He's that Atlanta culture. Hey, he's big, he's fast, and he's our dirty bird, right? He is our Falcon. He is all that. So they really don't want to let him go, right? I pray that we don't have to go through anything like that with Michael Thomas. And we came close last year.
Right.
Michael Thomas beating up. Oh, I think he might got beat up. I don't know. He might have got beat up by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't know.
Right.
They were scrapping in the locker room. We don't know who won. We ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? I think I know what happened, but you know what I'm saying. I say I fuck with both of them guys, so I ain't gonna say who won. But all I'm gonna say is that Michael Thomas got into it with a few people, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson got into it with a lot of people, throughout the years. So now it makes Michael Thomas not seem so bad, right? Like not seem so sensitive or whatever, So at the end of the day, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, who's better, right? At this stage in his career,
Michael Thomas.
All right, now we homers, so we're gonna say Michael Thomas, but Julio Jones has been dominating the league for a lot of years, but he's kind of reached that plateau where
32,
Atlanta can get something for him. If he was 35, they couldn't get anything for him.
Right.
So like that 32, it might be the right time.
He might
to
have
trade.
a couple years left.
He might have good 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
If he go to the Patriots, they're gonna get 2, 3
Right
years.
now,
out.
Julio Jones is just collecting the check. Like he gonna be collecting the check for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Who gonna pay me, right? See, we can sell these jerseys, the Julio Jones jerseys
before I leave.
before I roll out.
Yeah. Now, speaking of a guy that probably has the top selling jersey in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes came out and did an interview and said that his goal this year is to go 20-0.
It can happen.
You think so?
It can happen.
Okay.
It can happen.
Even in the AFC.
Hey, anything is possible. And I'll go further and say, it can happen because, they're pissed off from losing to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I think that, they learned what Tom Brady and the Buccaneers did to them. Primarily the defense of the Buccaneers, what they did to them. And I think they'll make the proper adjustments. I think Kansas City definitely can. If the New England Patriots can go 19-0, right, and then lose to the New York Giants in the Super Bowl, that's why I'm saying I've seen it happen. It can be done. It can be done, and it's okay to set goals, people. You set a goal, and you can go undefeated. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they most certainly can go undefeated, and they are not on the New Orleans Saints schedule, so. You know what I'm saying? More power to you.
Huh?
More power to you.
So we good. Now, speaking of the NFL, man, the NFL is now eager to play regular season games in Germany. What's your take on that?
I think it's a good market. I think it's a good market. They've been in London for the last couple of years, and I think that
Mexico City
to move to Mexico, and I think Germany is a good market. A lot of people in Germany speak English. And they are a primary rugby market, which translates. They have the fields, they have the stadiums for it, right? You could put them in a rugby stadium. And the NFL is just out to make money. So if you got 17 games a year now, they can put 2 or 3 of them games over there in Germany. They can put, 4, 5 in London, right? And they can put another game in Mexico City.
But let me ask you this. Here's the second question with that. Do you think it's too much? Meaning for the players, because if they're adding one more game to the schedule, and then now they're going to be playing games in Germany, that flight ain't an hour, 2 hours. That flight 12 hours, 13-hour flights.
Yes, I've been there. It's a 13.5-hour flight.
So
they would definitely have to be first class. You probably have, I'm just going to give you the logistics. Not only do the players have to travel, all of the equipment has to travel also. And so the physical fitness team, the equipment team, they got to do laundry. They got to get all that equipment over there. So it definitely would be a private flight. And I suspect that they will go and take out all the stops. I mean, and give them first class to where you lean back and you sleep the whole flight, and you got the pressure things on your legs with the air cast and whatnot to where you vibrate. Man, they got so much technology with the NFL now.
They got beds and
stuff. If you got
an
injury, they will be taking care of you that whole flight. They'll be doing rehab on you the whole flight to get over there to Germany and make that money, because the NFL don't care about the players really. They just trying to make that money for real. Tyrone Hughes has said that.
Yep.
Robert Meacham has said that. Everybody understands that as long as the TV contracts come through, and if those local markets in Germany, man, let me tell you something. The NFL would go as far as having an actual football team based in London. That's how much they don't give a damn about the travel, right? They would be like, yo, we're going to have the London Crackers over there in London. You feel me? And look, every Sunday, somebody got to go to... You feel me? The London Fish and Chips. That would be the name of the team. If they can make $1, trust me, that'll be the name of the team. You hear me? Like last week, we were talking about the New Orleans Negroes. We were talking about the changing the Saints' name from the New Orleans Saints to the New Orleans Negroes to the New Orleans N-words. And the mascot was gonna be Soul Saint with a mouthful of goals. Yeah. Boy, if the NFL can make some money, they'll have a team in Germany. They'll have a team in London. They'll have a team in Australia, nigga. They don't give a shit. Boy, the NFL will have a team in Australia. Boy, you know how long that flight is to Australia? They'll have a team in Australia, boy. Quick, Thursday. They'll have go. We got an announcement, y'all. We got a new team in Australia. Calling them bitches the Australia wetbacks. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
He's stupid,
the Australia alligators in this business. I'm telling you, boy.
Well, shout out to Element, man. Tuning in live on IG, man. Sports Overtime is sponsored by Element. Make sure y'all cop y'all tickets, man. August 14th, the Element Beverage Fest is going down in a major way. Get y'all tickets on Eventbrite, man. They $25. Big shout out to Element for sponsoring Sports Overtime for sure. What up? We got you in the mix, baby.
Yeah, if you only got any questions out there, y'all can put y'all questions
y'all,
in.
Man, listen, y'all go support Element, man, for sure. Best drink in the city. Now, I do want to get your take on this because I know you're a big Justin Fields fan. The Vikings tried to trade to the number 8 slot so they could pick him up, but didn't really find anybody that wanted to trade with them.
Right.
That's kind of interesting because
I think they
what
know
does that say for Kirk Cousins?
I think they know they made a mistake with Kirk Cousins. I don't think
so?
that he's fit in with the culture in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, Skol Nation, they're not used to not making the playoffs, which they did not this year. They did not make the playoffs. They're not happy about it.
They do have,
and
have a bad boy in Dalvin Cook, though.
They're going to take it out on Kirk Cousins, yeah. But Dalvin Cook is not the quarterback. And I think that, if they could have brought Justin Fields up there, I think it would have been good for them.
Justin Fields, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. Oh, man.
It would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
It would have been great.
Even though I
have a good LSU wide receiver. Hey, I can root for him. He's Justin Jefferson still in purple and gold. He's just in Minnesota.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, EA Sports was going to use Aaron Rodgers as the cover for Madden. But due to the situation with the Packers, it seems like they're going to go for a different option. Who do you think should be on the next Madden cover?
Old man Brady. Why not? I ain't no hater. Put old man Brady on the cover. But then you also have like the defensive, juggernaut of Aaron Donald, right? Obviously the best player in the NFL today, right?
For sure.
The best player all around. Here's what I think. I think the Green Bay Packers are calling Aaron Rodgers bluff. There's going to be a lot of money lost, and that's one check right there that Aaron Rodgers has lost from EA Sports. You think they're going to put you on the cover for free? I think not. They were going to pay Aaron Rodgers to be on the cover. So as long as Aaron Rodgers is lollygagging and pussyfooting around, he going to be losing checks. And if you miss the mandatory OTAs, if you miss this and you miss that, they starting to, start
to fine you and stuff.
They start to fine you and,
start taking money out of his pocket.
I think that the Green Bay Packers are just going to call his bluff. And I do think Green Bay Packers and the Saints, when they meet in week 1, I believe Aaron Rodgers will be the quarterback.
You think so?
I think he's going to be there.
All right. We're going to see.
I think he's going to be there. And I think Jameis Winston will be there also with Taysom Hill, Ebony and Ivory, quarterback in the Saints
Hold
and
on.
Harmony.
Who's the Saints mascot?
Soul Saint with a mouthful of goals. Shouts out to Soul Saint. He's out there in Disney right now, the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, out there in Orlando with the fam.
Shout out to
with the
Soul
fam
Saint.
bam. I know he's listening.
He'll be back on next week with us.
I'm acting a fool right now because I'm really trying to get Soul Saint to crack up laughing while he's listening because I know he's listening to the show. You feel me?
And then last but not least, man, only one team has 65 out of 90 players vaccinated so far. What you think? You think teams are gonna get up to that 90 or nah?
Football or basketball?
Football.
I think that you can't force it on people. You can't force the COVID-19 vaccine. And I think that the COVID-19 vaccine is starting to get a bad rap, right? Johnson & Johnson, people getting blood clots and all type of shit.
You know what's crazy? I've been thinking about this the whole week. What Robert Meacham said on the show last week. If they giving you something for free, something wrong.
Right.
If they giving you something for free, if they offering you fish plates, crawfish, whatever the case may be, to get a shot, something wrong. Now, for me, I got both of my shots. So if I turn into a mutant or a Ninja Turtle or whatever,
then you'll just be an X-Men. Then you'll just be an X-Man, motherfucker. That's it.
but
You'll turn into Wolverine. You kind of look like Wolverine a little bit, man. Be Wolverine like a motherfucker.
but the thing is, again, if they offering you something for free, listen, I don't know if you should take it.
Right.
I'm just being honest. I took mine, but it's true. I've been thinking about that the whole week. What Meacham said, man.
Yeah, man.
So, I don't know. But again, you can't force it on the players. It is good to have, I guess, but you can't force it.
You can't force it on the players, football or basketball. The Pelicans was the first team to get everybody vaccinated on the team. In the basketball circle.
And they ain't go to the playoffs, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Like, we done took this damn vaccine for nothing, man. We ain't going nowhere. We in Cancun right now.
That's the only reason why they took the vaccine to go to Cancun, huh?
Yeah, man. They out
They
there on
gotta
the
show their
beach.
card. They gotta show their card before they get on the plane.
They out there on the beach. To leave the country, yeah, you need your COVID-19 vaccine.
That's crazy, man.
It's true.
Listen, good show.
No doubt about it.
Good show. You know, hour and 11 minutes. So, listen, man, appreciate everybody that tunes in next week. We're going to try to have another guest on the show for you.
No doubt about it.
And
I was the guest today.
Yeah,
I was the guest
Teddy
today.
G was
You
the
just
guest
interviewed me, man. Hey, what I'm saying is, I say, these jokes and jokes and jokes. Trust me, I'm making you laugh for a reason. I'm saying if I offended anybody, I do apologize. But I'm just saying it's me, Teddy G, and I stick to the G code. You heard me? That's me. That's how I roll. That's how I get out.
So you
already know.
apologizing. You apologizing,
Yeah.
huh?
No? Yeah, I don't have a problem with saying, if there's, if I offended anybody, you know what I'm saying? And, with the New Orleans Negroes, I mean, I would, boy, but that would be a cold jersey, boy. The New Orleans Negroes, black and gold. You keep the same colors. You heard me? Boy, the New Orleans Negroes, boy, that thing would be gangster, boy. I'm telling you, boy. You heard me? I'm telling you, every N-word walking in the streets in New Orleans, every N-word that's walking in the street, with the dreadlocks and the gold teeth, you feel me? I mean, you really could have that as the mascot. For real. I mean, you would sell more jerseys, you know what I'm saying?
No, this dude's silly, man.
People don't really go to church no more. I'm just being real. The Saints, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? People don't really, the fleur-de-lis. The fleur-de-lis is actually a racist symbol anyway. Let's get real.
Facts.
Let's get real about it. So you want to take away the Washington Redskins, I said there's a list of teams where you can take their mascot. And I think the Saints is one of them with that fleur-de-lis bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, this is overtime. We don't talk about just sports. We talk about current issues. We talk about the real. So back in slavery, I'm saying it, home. Don't stop me, home. I said fleur-de-lis, back in the day, it was a sign to let people know that you were owned by someone. I'm just saying. And they would put it right here on your own. So that new tattoo that you get, the fleur-de-lis, you feel me? You know what I'm getting at. I said, but this is Sports Overtime. It's me, Teddy G.
Hold on. Since you brought that up.
Wrapping it up.
Since you brought that up.
Wrap it up.
Real quick.
Here go the wrap it up button right here. Bop.
Hold on. Real quick. I know you want to talk about the tennis player.
Oh, yeah, no. Osaka. Shouts out to Naomi Osaka. This is my Teddy G stick to the G code moment of the day.
Go.
Wrap this up. Naomi Osaka. We stand beside you. We stand behind you. And as black men, and Nader, Nader, you black. Nader, you black inside, man. Black is not a matter of pigmentation.
Man, stop saying
it
that
is
shit.
an attitude.
He had people going off on me on the first show. He said, "Man, why
you black?"
Who said that? I said, "Man, I
you
don't
black.
know, bro."
Hey, bro, you know who Soldier Slim is?
Yeah.
You black. Listen to me. What I'm telling you is, at the end of the day, Naomi Osaka, she has been standing up for George Floyd. She has been standing up for Ahmaud Arbery. You name them. She had the face mask with all of the black men that have been killed and murdered unjustly by the police brutality. Mm-hmm. And the French wanted to ask her these questions about it, right? And she's like, you know what? I'll pass. So the French Open decided to fine her $15,000, right? And you know what she said? She said, All right, I'll pay that. But guess what? I'm not playing. I ain't coming.
Got him.
I ain't coming. So now,
they about to lose.
Naomi Osaka is pretty much like the number one tennis player in the world right now. She's the number 2, right? But to me, she's the number 1 player in the world. You feel me? Shouts out to Serena Williams. Baby girl, this is your shot to get that last grand title. You know what I'm saying? You needed that one more to get the record. This is your chance, girl. Naomi Osaka is not there. Serena, get up in there, girl, and get your shine on. Yeah. Is that our theme song, Leaving Out? Get your shine on. Get your shine on. Serena Williams. Shouts out to you, baby girl. This is your shot. So Osaka and all these woke players.
Yeah, man. Shout out
Kyrie Irving. Shouts out to you for doing what you got to do in the community, standing up for black folk. Shouts out to Osaka and the Serena Williams. She already just, you know what I'm saying, standing up for the black community. You know what I'm saying, all day long. So we just want to give a shout out to all of those and speak your mind, people. Do your thing. Shouts out to my cousin Alvin. They're tuning in. Oh, look at Susan. Oh, yeah, boy. My boy Ezel. My boy Soul Saint up in the building.
Yes,
Shouts
sir.
out Jermaine.
Shout out
Jiggly
to Soul
Wiggly.
Saint, man.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So look, man, we'll see y'all next week. Same place, same time. This is the Sports Overtime on the Music Exchange Radio Network. Next week, man, Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Same place, same time. Real sports talk from real sports fans. Sponsored by Element Beverage Drink, man. See y'all later. We out.
Man, Element is good, man. This Element.
You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network, your number 1 independent media source to go. It's MusicExchangeRadio.com. Like the music on the station? Download that. Need your music to go? Download that. Sick and tired of all those whack DJs? Download that. Tired of the same 10 songs? Download that. It's Music Exchange Radio. Download that.
Hey. Nah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, turn that shit back up, nigga. Hey. So let me talk my shit. Focused on the million. That pussy for the price. Know why you ain't your feeling. My plug just hit the line. I'm running from the game. My people tell me rap. Now the people got me strapped. I'm smoking on the Cali outdoor. Don't really like it, so they cop move. Brand new money counter. Pounds of pep on the top floors. Brand new marble counters. She graduated finances. And she like designer.